Hi everyone, so I had chosen to do my project on the Pier Table by Giovanni Battista Piranesi. So Giovanni was a Italian artist, architect, and archaeologist. He was famous for his etchings of Roman inspiration, and he was born on October 4th of 1720 in Magliano, Veneto, Italy, and he died on November 9th of 1778 in Venice, Italy. And the art period that he was a part of was the neoclassical art period. Now, the neoclassical art period was a Western cultural movement in the decorative and visual arts, literature, theater, music, and architecture that drew inspiration from art and culture of classical antiquity. Neoclassicism was born in Rome largely thanks to the writings of Johann Joachim Winckelmann at the time of the rediscovery of Pompeii and Herculaneum. But its popularity spread all over Europe as a generation of European art students finished their grand tour and returned from Italy to their home countries with new rediscovered Greco-Roman ideals. Neoclassical art style is based on the principles of simplicity and symmetry, which were seen as virtues of the arts of Roman ancient Greece, and were more immediately drawn to the 16th century Renaissance classicism. Neoclassical art was traditional and new, historical and modern, conservative and progressive all at the same time. The King Louis XVI's art style, which was the time period that Giovanni had made his table, the Pier Table, during. So this style was a style that marks the transition from the Rococo to the Classicism. Unlike the Classicism of Louis XVI, which transformed the ornaments into symbolism, King Louis XVI style represents them as realistic and natural as possible. For example, laurel branches really are laurel branches, roses the same, and so on. One of the main decorative principles is symmetry. Now, we already know that King Louis XVI was a big investor of the Rococo art movement, and this style had intertwined its way into the art movement that is known as neoclassical art movement. The interior decor honored the taste for rigor, which the result of flat surfaces and right angles that had returned to fashion. Ornament was used to mediate the severity, but it never interfered with the basic lines and always was disposed symmetrically around the central axis. The decorative motifs of the King Louis XVI style were inspired by antiquity, the King Louis XVI style, and nature. The characteristic elements of this style imbricated discs, guilloche, double bow knots, smoking braziers, linear repetitions of small motifs such as rosettes, beads, and oaves, trophy or floral medallions hanging from a knotted ribbon, acanthus leaves, graduding, interlace, meanders, cornucopias, mascarons, ancient urns, tripods, perfume burners, dolphins, ram and lion heads, chimeras, and griffins. So this table is one of the few pieces of Giovanni Piranesi's furniture that has actually survived, and the chimeras that are depicted on the legs show diverse shapes that are used to create the body of the wings and hooves and the legs of the chair. He had chosen to model the legs carved like winged chimeras, which are mythological monsters that are part lion, goat, and after bronze tripods found at the ruined city of Pompeii and Herculaneum. The ox skulls that are shown in between the chimeras are based off of Roman funerary motifs. he had also used the cabriolet legs in the making of the table as well. Since only the table is on display at the MIA, but nothing else is on top of it, it can lead the mind to wander on what could have possibly been on top for this piece. However, with the help of etching that Giovanni had created for this piece, it helps to generalize or give a general idea of what the table was used for. So in the etching, there are 2 giant-sized vases with covers and a clock that is in between, with the 2 vases all having this similar foliage and design motifs to tie them all together. So with the help of King Louis XVI's art style, it's easy to see how this helped to shape the creation of Giovanni's piece.